Man, oh man. What's happening, team? Are we live here?
We live, baby.
Oh, we are
live.
live. Coach Ryan, I jumped the gun. I apologize. Can I say what time it is?
Go ahead. Let them know.
It is Crucible TV time, coming at you on a Friday. How we feeling today, team? We feeling good? Crucible
Friday,
family?
1 o'clock, Crucible TV, Maldonado hopping in. We appreciate that. Guys, it's an awesome day. We're coming into the end of April, and with the end of April, can only mean one thing. It's gonna be May. That was just on the spot. That was just on the spot. A little in sync. It's gonna be May. There it was.
I don't know if I like that man,
I'm not quite sure if I like it or not, but we went there, we did it, and we're gonna commit to it. Anyways, today we got some exciting news. We are starting a brand new Crucible TV series. Brand new one. We finished up our book club, our One Big Thing series. We have all those episodes out on YouTube, so be sure to go and follow YouTube, subscribe, catch all our latest up-to-date content, and it's gonna be awesome today because we got our new series, and we are calling it our Flip It and Reverse It. Flip It and Reverse. Was that Missy Elliott? Flip it and reverse it.
I think it was, yeah.
Flip it and reverse it. Shout out
Put it in
Missy
reverse.
Elliott. If you're watching, shout out to you. So, what this is going to be all about? This is the whole idea, this whole concept. It's a type of thinking. It's a way of thinking called inversion thinking, right? We as people are really, really good at seeing the threats. We're really good at finding the problem. We're really, really good at finding issues. We're really good at that kind of stuff. It's like just a survival thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like if I'm out wandering, I'm aware of the scary stuff. I'm always looking for a threat. I'm always looking for that thing. Well, we oftentimes will do that in our life as well, right? And instead of, let me back it up. It's very easy to find the threat. Now, our minds, inversely, are not really good at saying, hey, I can chase after brilliance. I can chase after exceptionalism. I can chase after these really big things. It's hard for us to think about what does it take to be exceptional? What does it take to be great? What does it take to do these things? So what we're going to do today and through this series is we're going to dive into a series of topics, a series of ideas that we're going to guarantee a lot of things for you. We're going to guarantee a lot of things for you. And then guess what? We're going to flip it and reverse it. Because if I can find a way to, today, we're going to teach you and we're going to guarantee how to fail. We're going to give you the top 10 ways of guaranteeing that you will fail. That's what we want to do. We want to help you fail. Why? Because we're going to guarantee the failures, and then what are we going to do? If we want to succeed, what do? We flip it and reverse it. So we flip it and reverse it. So we're going to utilize this idea of inversion thinking. There was a guy by the name of Charlie Munger where I first heard of it. I think it was Warren Buffett's right-hand man. It's like vice president or whatever that was. Anyways, flip it and reverse it. Let's utilize the skills that we have of finding the issues, finding the challenges, and then let's flip it and do the opposite. So, Gorilla Mike, I love seeing you on here. So if you're popping in, thank you so much. Let us know that you're watching. I think I see a Kevin. I see a Carter Reed. Get better too, baby.
Let's go.
So here we go. So today, we're diving in. If you're just hopping in, we're diving in to the Flip It and Reverse It series. And today, we are going to flip it and reverse it series. There it is. And we're going to guarantee your failure. These are the top ways, 10 ways to guarantee your failure. Number one thing you need to do to guarantee failure is you need to make sure that you compare yourself to everybody else out there.
So you're telling me you got to look at what everybody else is doing and not look at what you're doing at all?
Compare yourself to everybody else. If you make sure that you go out there and compare what you're doing to everybody else, be sure to always find that person who's doing it better. Be sure to find that person who's making more money. Make sure you're finding that person who's doing more than what you are so you can feel really, really bad about yourself. Make sure you always compare yourself to everybody else. Guarantee failure.
No.
Obviously not. That's not what we're going to do. This is that flip it and reverse it, right? Okay.
I think Craig Rochelle said that comparison is the greatest thief of joy. Was he one that said that?
It was. Greatest thief of joy. So if we don't want to guarantee failure, what do? We flip it and reverse it. Put the blinders on. You stay focused on the things that you're wanting to do, that you're needing to do to make things happen. There we go. Step 2, if you want to guarantee failure, not April Fools. No, this is the series, Stacy. Stay locked in. Stay with us. If you want to guarantee failure, I want you to start tomorrow. Start tomorrow. Don't worry about doing it today. Start tomorrow.
You just keep blowing it off.
Blow it off.
Maybe starting like next Monday, because it's the start of a new week.
It's easier. Start of a new week.
You know, you can have your weekend. Start on Monday, maybe.
Yep. Start later. That diet, just start later.
We can start it on Monday.
Don't worry about it. That business you want, just start later.
Just keep pushing it off.
You want to be a good boyfriend, just start tomorrow.
I'll do that on Monday, maybe, or Wednesday.
Nope.
Midweek.
We're flipping it and reversing it. What do you got to do? Do it today. Start taking action now. You want to be a better athlete? Start now. If you, think about this. We've got guys with the doctors, right? Best way to get better at the doctors is for them to start now, right? Start now. Start taking action on healing now. So if you want to guarantee failure, start tomorrow. You want to be successful? Start today. Number three. When the going gets tough, quit. If you want to be a failure, 100% guaranteed, if the going gets tough, make sure you quit. Now, flip it, reverse it. If you don't, life's going to be tough. Life's going to be hard. There's going to be challenges, right? If you want to guarantee failure, make sure that every time the hard stuff comes, quit. But if you want to have a chance at success, realize that challenges are going to come. We got to make sure we lean into them, that we grow from them, we find opportunities to get better. Chase those challenges. Cherish the challenge. We say that all the time.
And when you're moving with purpose, you're going to face challenges. But that's where, when you're moving with purpose, you're going to face challenges, but that's where you got to remember that purpose. You know, especially when you're getting that stinking thinking in there. You're that negative Nancy quitting thinking.
That's right. Yeah. So there we go. Number four way to guarantee failure. We want to guarantee failure for you. 100% guarantee failure. Always make all your decisions based on emotion.
Really?
Always make decisions based on emotion if you want to guarantee failure.
Like if I really just make emotional decisions all the time?
Yep, make emotional decisions all the time. If you don't feel like doing something, don't do it. Even if it's the right thing to do, if you don't feel like doing it, don't do it.
Like if I don't feel like working out at all, I should just kind of go back to number 3 and
do it tomorrow.
It gets tough and quit and do it tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just start over, quit. Yep, that's one of the best ways to guarantee failure. Here we go. Flip it, reverse it. No, you know that making emotional decisions is not a good idea, right? Emotions, we talk about this all the time, are great amplifiers. They're great amplifiers to really good decisions or maybe really bad decisions, right? But if we honestly take a look back at our life, if we look at some of the toughest decisions, worst decisions we made, if we're being honest, probably a lot of them were rooted in emotion. The thing that I said to somebody on Twitter, or said to my spouse, or I said to my kids, or the action I took. I just watched a video of a guy, a baseball pitcher got a home run hit off of him, and he ran over and tackled the hitter coming around third base. Emotional decision, not a good idea. Gorilla Mike, I used to miss dinner because I wouldn't quit. I had to hit all my free throws before I would go inside. Miss one, start over. Hey, there we go. But again, remember, when it gets tough, quit. If you want to guarantee sounds like you didn't want to guarantee failure. I like that. Let's go. Here we go. Going into number 5. If you want to guarantee failure, you're never, and you should never seek out mentors or advice. Never seek out the advice or wisdom from somebody who's done it, from somebody who's been there. Never do that. You don't want to get that inside knowledge of how to actually be successful.
Just kind of think you know better than everybody.
Better than everybody else. Do it on your own. Do it on your own. If you want to guarantee failure, that's why we're here, right? We want to guarantee failure. Do it on your own. Of course not. Of course that's not going to be what it is. You see how this process works now? You see how easy it is? I bet you guys can come up with a lot of different ways to guarantee failure. If you have a way to guarantee failure, type it in the chat. I would love to know. Leave a comment. I would love to see what some of your ideas are, and we've got 5 more. I would love to see if you have some of the same ones we do. Type it in. So if you want to guarantee failure, of course not. We need to find mentors. We need to find coaches. We need to find people that we can learn from if we want to be successful. If we want to guarantee failure, we do it all on our own, thinking that we have all the right answers. We make hiring decisions based on me knowing everything or us knowing everything, instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to find some really, really smart people that do this a lot better than I do, so that way we can all work together and make this thing better. So there we go. You want to make guarantee failure? Do not, and I said do not, get wisdom from anybody else. No mentors. Number 6, this is an awesome one. If you want to guarantee failure, rely heavily on excuses. Heavily on excuses. No accountability. No accountability. I mean, that's like a bad word these days, accountability. We should stay away from it, right? Of course not. We have to take accountability. We got to make sure that we take accountability for our actions, for our thoughts, for the way our attitude, our mindset. You know, if you're wanting to be successful, that is going to be one of the number one things that you got to do.
I'm reading a book by John Wooden, and one of the things that he has on his 4x4 note cards that some of his former players gives their kids in their lunchbox is no whining, no complaining, no excuses.
Yeah,
you know, and you think about, right, we're talking about putting it in reverse, right? The opposite, guaranteeing success. Well, it starts with not where you're spending your energy. And if you're spending your energy on making excuses, you're probably wasting your energy where you could be spending on getting better and getting others better around you.
There we go.
So,
Boom. There we go. Gorilla Mike, guaranteed failure. Doubt yourself. That's a good one. That's not on the list. That's an extra credit one.
I
That's
like
an
that,
and
Gorilla
then
Mike.
some
Nice.
one. I like that.
Nice.
Here we go. Step number 6 or number 7. If you want to guarantee your failure, if you want to 100% guarantee your failure, make sure that you always find somebody else to blame. This kind of goes into our previous one, number 6, of always use your excuses. You can also find others to blame. It's never your fault. Make sure that you never take accountability. Make sure you never take extreme ownership over the things that you're doing. Doubt yourself. I like that, Mike. Doubt yourself. Make sure you're always finding others to blame. Of course not. If we want to have the ability to stand with our arms raised up on that championship podium,
we got to point the finger inward,
we got
not
to put
outward.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
If we want to be able to have the success, we also have to have the failures as well and learn from those failures. So there we go. Number 8 way to guarantee your failure, because we're all here to find a way to 100% fail, right? Yeah. Never set any goals. Yeah. Never set any goals. We want to avoid setting goals because it feels really bad when you set a goal and you don't achieve it, right? So just avoid that. Avoid the discomfort. Ooh, maybe that could be like number 11. Avoid discomfort. There we go. Avoid the discomfort of what it's going to feel like if you don't achieve it, right? So let's just not set it at all. Of course not. Again, if we're going on vacation, we got to have a goal. We got to have a mission. We got to know exactly where we're headed. So we have to have a goal. We have to have that mission-oriented. What was it? A GPS.
Yeah.
I like that. Tell me about GPS real fast, Jesse.
You put coordinates in.
Coordinates.
You have a destination. And it tells you how to get to that destination step by step.
I like that.
And,
from where you're at to where you want to go.
And it's the same way with goal setting too.
I like that. So we got to make sure we have our GPS mode engaged if you want to be a success. Number nine, if you want to guarantee your failure, make sure that you are only concerned about you. Only concern yourself with you. Be very, very selfish. Make sure that you are not concerned about anybody else's well-being. Make sure that everything revolves around you. Don't serve anybody. Make sure everybody serves you. That's what it's all about, right? Of course not. If we want to be a success, so many people that are a success, they are givers. They are people that are servant-minded, servant-hearted leaders. Right. Those are the ones that are out there trying to change the world because they're serving. They're creating a solution to a problem, right? It's about others. If we're only focused on us and the amount of money that we have or the amount of car, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, and we will not be a long-term success. We might have some money, we might have a car, whatever it is, and that's all good and fine, but the kind of success that I think we're all wanting to have, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So here we go. Final one, number 10, guaranteed way to fail. Make sure you refuse to take feedback.
Just don't even look for it.
Don't
even
look for
feedback.
any feedback. Feedback can be uncomfortable. It can make you upset. It can hurt your feelings. So make sure you always refuse feedback. Flip it and reverse it.
Yeah.
If you want to be a success, you must find feedback. You
need
must
it.
seek feedback. It must be
mandatory.
part of your system is receiving feedback, because no other way, there's not going to be any other way that you can make those course corrections. Exactly like what Jesse was talking about with the GPS. The GPS tells you, turn here, turn here, turn here. That is feedback every single moment that you're driving of, when do I turn? When do I need to make an adjustment? We need that. We can get all upset about, well, I just want to keep driving down this road, but if we're supposed to turn, we need to turn. And we need to have those people, that we need to have those mentors, and this one kind of encapsulates almost all of these other ones, right? We need to make sure that we have those people in our life that can be that GPS, that can be that mentor, that can give us those course corrections and feedbacks when we need them. Not just when we want them or don't want them. When we need it.
I think the biggest one, you talk about it encapsulates all of them.
Yeah.
10 and 4, always make decisions on emotion, refuse to take feedback. You talk about guaranteeing failure. Sometimes the hardest part of receiving feedback is taking the motion out of receiving feedback, you know? Because when you get negative feedback, you normally want to just...
You want to fight?
You want to fight it. You want to beat yourself up. You want to get upset, but that actually makes it even worse.
Yep.
And making sure when you are receiving that feedback, you're taking the negative emotions out of it, going into that neutral space.
This is the and then some of the decade right here. Gorilla Mike coming in with and then some guaranteed failure. If you want to guarantee failure, you stop following Crucible Performance on Instagram. Now that should have been number one.
That's number one right there.
That's why that guy.
Stop hanging out with us.
That's why he's not a failure. See, that's why he's not a failure.
Yeah.
He's an OG of Crucible. So there you have it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. This is going to be our new series. We got a whole nother one. Our next week is going to be how to make sure you guarantee that you don't make the team. How do you guarantee that you don't make the team? That's going to be next week's episode. So be sure to pop back on at 1 o'clock. Next week, we got a whole nother list of ways to guarantee that you don't make the team. So that way you know, flip it and reverse it, everything you got to do to make sure that you make the team. Guys, we love you. We hope you have an amazing Friday and have an amazing start to May. Start it off strong, baby.
Start it today, not tomorrow, today.
Start it tomorrow. Just tomorrow.
No.
Guys,
No.
love y'all. We'll see y'all. God bless you.